Hello, Joe from Joe K Models here. So I wanted to do a video on this Easy Line product that I've been using to rig my models with. I used to use stretch sprue, but I started using this stuff and I think it's a really great product. And this is what I used to rig this airplane here, the Albatross. And I'm very satisfied with the way that it turned out. I used to use stretch sprue for my rigging. And it works okay, but it's kind of fiddly. You have to light a candle or a lighter, and you have to stretch it, and you burn plastic. You have to also make sure that the lengths are right, and it's kind of hard to glue at times. So I wanted to try a different product, and I found that a lot of people were using this Easy Line, so I wanted to give it a shot. And I've been really happy with the way that some of my projects have been turning out. So I just figured that I would share a little bit of knowledge as to how I use this, and I figured that would be helpful to some people. So let's take a look. So the first thing that you're going to notice here is that this elastic polymer, it's stretchable. And this is what I really like about it, because I don't have to worry about exact lengths like I did with stretch sprue. I think they have 6 different colors. So you can get different colors based on what you're going to do. And it's not just airplanes, you can do ships or barbed wire, telephone poles. I think a lot of railroad people use this for their different lines, telephone lines and such. So that's what I really like about it. The next thing that you need to know about it is you can't be using your regular glue with it. It's not going to work. This is to bond plastic together. So what you need is something called CA glue. And I'm not going to try and pronounce what the CA stands for, but it's basically super glue. And there's different types that you can get, but as long as it's CA glue, you shouldn't have a problem with it. I have some different types. This blue stuff here, I really like it. Like puts a little blob of paint, so it's, it sits there. You can push it into it, but you can also use thinner paints. Like this is a medium, and then this stuff here is just like a brush on. So depending on what you're going for, sometimes the different types can work better for different things, but you have to use one of like a super glue, a CA glue for this. Okay, so I have this dummy aircraft here that I've put together, and I want to attach the antenna line from this point to this point. And get some on my toothpick. I'm just going to get it right on here. Okay. And now using just regular scissors, I've cut a piece of Easy Line that is longer than this point to this point. And then I'm just going to touch it to where I put the glue. And it should grab pretty quickly. And then I just let it go like that, and then I give it a little bit of time to dry. It won't take long if you've done it correctly. Okay, so now that it's attached, you can see it's pretty strong here. And it doesn't take long to dry at all. And we have a length that is longer than this point. So there's some different ways to do this, but the way that I'm going to show here is I'm just going to get a little bit more super glue on this part here. And now we're just going to take it, we're going to pull it, I'm just going to put it like this. Just hold it for a little bit. And it doesn't take long. Super glue dries pretty quickly. And I'm going to release the slack a little bit. And there you go. So now we have it attached. Okay, and now all you would have to do is you would just come in with your hobby knife. Very lightly, and you can do it like that. Now Another method I wanted to show you really quickly is sometimes you don't always just have a one-to-one connection like that where it's easy. On a lot of the World War I biplanes, for example, you have lines that crisscross, that go up and down, and some of those can be kind of tricky, but you just have to plan ahead a little bit. My Albatross 1/72nd I actually did just using this method I'm about to show you. But some of the bigger ones, you can actually take a really small drill bit and drill a hole, and then you'll have like a little hole here. And I know this plane doesn't have the rigging like this, but I just wanted to show for demonstration purposes. So I've attached another piece of easy line here, and you can see it's attached to this first point. And let's say that this is a biplane, or the rigging had to go this way, and I want to attach this over to here. So how do we do that? Well, you could probably with a very steady hand put some more super glue in this hole, pull it, and if you're lucky and you're steady enough, it will just attach itself. However, there is another option that you can do, and you can use a product like Instaset or any type of CA accelerator product. And what this will do is, once you have the super glue where you want it, and you either spray this easy line with this Instaset, or you put it on something and get it on there somehow. Once you attach it to the super glue will freeze instantaneously, and it will just freeze the wire in place. So I wanted to do a demonstration of that as well. With my toothpick here, I'm going to go ahead and get some more. Get it in there like that. And then I'm going to spray some of this onto the top of this off camera, because I don't want any, if just a little bit touches that, it's going to freeze the whole thing. I'm just going to get some on here. And we just pull it to the point. Now that we have that on there, we're just going to pull it here. Hold it for a little bit. There you go. So you can just kind of see, if you had something where you had to rig quite a bit like that, that's how I would do it. On the biplanes, what a lot of people do is they'll do the whole top wing, and they'll attach all of these lines ahead of time, because you don't have to use the accelerator to just touch it. Then you have a bunch of these lines hanging down, and then wherever they attach to the bottom, they'll drill very small holes, and then they'll just do that whole process. They'll put the wing on, they'll put some of the CA glue into the hole, and then with the accelerator on this here, just touching each one to it, and then with a fine pair of tweezers, pulling that down into where it belongs. And it holds it right in place. It works great. I actually did my 1/72nd Albatross without doing any type of holes. I just put a very small amount, and I didn't get them all on the first try, but eventually I did finish it. So I hope this demonstration was helpful. I think that this Easy Line is a really great product, something worth having in your arsenal. I think there is definitely a place for stretch sprue as well as this in your modeling tools, and I just wanted to share those tips with you when you decide to use Easy Line.